What's up, family? Everybody feeling out there? Hope everybody's feeling good. Alrighty then. Had some adjustments I had to make. But there we go. Alright, that sounds much better. Yo, yo, yo. Thank you for joining your boy tonight. You're in here with your boy Bam Bam Belly Gun. One of Watt's favorite sons. Before we get off into the show, we're going to do what we do best. Let's give all praise to the Most High God for the opportunity, the air in our lungs, the words in our mouth. We're going to ask him for guidance and grace and most important, mercy. Lord knows we need. Getting here with your boy, man. Thank y'all for coming out for some things to go about. Here with your boy Bam Bam Belly Young. Want to watch their favorite sons representing the East Side Ours because the East Side is ours. Yeah, boss. We'll continue to stand 10 toes down on them 10-fold grounds, man. Yo, drum major for justice, because there is no justice for just us. Y'all know this. Got a cool little show we're going to get off into this evening, man. Don't know how many of you guys even know what's going on off the coast of Venezuela right now. It's not making major news, and it says everybody's missing it. So I thought I'd do a little show on it, a little story about it. Kick it on my little channel, you know, my little outlets, and see if anybody picks up on it, checks it out. Because apparently, the United States Navy is going all out assault on the drug cartels, man. Off the coast of Venezuela, they've sunk the ship, and a whole lot of other damage getting done down there. My girl, Melanin King, I believe it's Melanin King, did a story on it, and she's the only person I've seen the story. So, yeah, without further ado, we're going to get off into that show because it blew me away. I had no idea. Snakes of amnesia. It is always for enemies. I want y'all to pay close attention to the story, man. Because, yeah, just listen closely. Because, listen behind the words. I want to check it out. think we have some more technical difficulty. Finna figure it out real quick though. Now let's try this all over again.
So in today's video, we're diving right into the fight that the media barely talks about. Trump's Navy sinking cartel boats in real time. Billion-dollar hits to cartel profits. Maduro trying to send in grandpas with rifles against U.S. destroyers. And the shocking truth, guys, about why this region really matters. And spoiler, it's way bigger than drugs. Stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll be furious at what Democrats are letting slip through our fingers.
As the Trump administration looks to crack down on the threat posed by Latin American cartels, the Navy has deployed multiple warships to the region, including 3 guided missile destroyers and 1 guided missile cruiser. Let's take a closer look at what is going in the capabilities that they have. So here is the USS Gravely, the Jason Dunham, in the Samson. Those are the Panama Canal headed to international waters off Venezuela. When you talk about this administration's push for peace through strength, this is what strength looks like. And you talk about capabilities, you can see a missile being fired off here. So the destroyer capabilities is quite impressive. It's one of the strongest we have in the arsenal. They're equipped with Tomahawk and vertical launch ASROC missiles. Those are anti-sub rocket missiles, very significant. They also can carry nuclear-tipped missiles. They're equipped with the Aegis weapon system. That's what makes these destroyers very unique. And they can reach speeds up to 30 knots, which makes them very swift.
These are wartime vessels patrolling the waters around Venezuela. This is not the Coast Guard. You hear what the man said? He said Navy destroyers. Well, listen.
Swift and very quick and can maneuver at a moment's notice. Finally, they all carry 2 LAMPS helicopters. What's that? Those are light airborne multi-purpose systems. They're also known as Seahawks, Sikorsky Seahawks. They can maneuver in very urban areas or overseas, depending on what they need to do. There's also a nuclear-powered submarine that is following along with these. So quite a lot of power, sending quite a strong message to international waters off Venezuela, a message being heeded by Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
A nuclear submarine, man. Need you to listen.
Did you catch that? He's not even bragging. He's just reporting. Oh, yeah, we just sank a drug boat. A lot of drugs on it. Gone. That's leadership. That's action. And you know what? It rattled the cartels because for once, America wasn't just sitting back writing reports. We're firing missiles. Now imagine, I want you to imagine, Joe Biden trying to pull this off. He couldn't even finish a sentence, let alone a strike order. That's why Democrats hate this. It makes them look weak by comparison. And here's the best part, guys. Trump wasn't just bluffing. He wasn't bluffing. The Navy was already parked right off cartel waters, locked and loaded.
When you come out and when you leave the room, you'll see that we just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat. And you'll be seeing that and you'll be reading about that. It just happened moments ago, and our great general, head of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, who's been so incredible, including what took place in Iran, knocking out potential nuclear power for a long time to come. I think within
You dumb son of a bitch!
a month they would have had it if we didn't do what we did. But
You dumb son of a bitch!
he gave us a little bit of a briefing, and you'll see. And there's more where that came from. We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. And these came out of Venezuela and coming out very heavily from Venezuela. A lot of things are coming out of Venezuela. So we took it out, and
Been coming, been knowing the routes, been knowing what countries, been knowing what governments are in the bed with the cartels for a long time.
get to see that after this meeting is over.
Guided missile destroyers, cruisers, nuclear submarines, Sikorsky Seahawks circling the skies. Folks, this isn't a drill. This is America flexing like we haven't in decades. Peace through strength.
Real talk, flexing. I've never seen them this kind of military presence off the coast of Venezuela, Gulf of Mexico. Like, what's going on? Sinking ships. Yeah. Always more than meets the eye. Let's continue to listen.
The kind of strength that sends Maduro into complete panic mode. These warships can launch tomahawks that erase targets from hundreds of miles away. That's called deterrence. But of course, as always, if Democrats were in charge, they'd probably use these ships to deliver solar panels and diversity pamphlets.
Yeah, I do agree with her on that.
But then, if you're wondering whether this muscle actually worked, because I know a lot of you are questioning it, just wait until you hear how much money the cartels lost.
There was a day, where we had, 2,700 apprehensions, or 2,300 people on the ground in one area and another area. If you extrapolate out that data, we're really costing them over $1 billion, in their business model.
Jonathan Fahey is a former acting ICE director and
Over $1 billion loss in drug money. That's hitting more pockets than what y'all think.
former federal prosecutor joins me now. Simply put, Jonathan, it looks like after years and years of just talk, the United States under the Trump administration is turning the screws on those who, one, try to poison us, but two, those who try to human traffic across our borders.
27 apprehensions in a single day. $1 billion ripped out of the cartel business model. Do you understand how massive that is? These are groups that thought that they were untouchable. That wasn't until Trump made them bleed cash. Now compare that to the Democrats. Compare it. Who would spend billions on foreign aid and they can't even stop fentanyl from flooding our neighborhoods? The numbers don't lie. When you fight cartels like terrorists, you actually win. Isn't that a surprise? When you treat them like misunderstood businessmen, you keep losing. And speaking of losers, let's check in on the socialist strongman Nicolas Maduro and his laughable attempt to fight back.
Who has mobilized over 4 million militia members to try and combat this if there is some sort of incursion. Today, Secretary of State Marco Rubio heading to Latin America as he begins a trip to Mexico and Ecuador. The State Department says will center on discussions towards dismantling the cartels, halting fentanyl trafficking, and ending illegal immigration. Joining us now to discuss is security specialist and cartel expert Ed Calderon. Ed, what do you make of the ships that are being sent and how Maduro is responding to this? And do you think ultimately that Secretary Marco Rubio's trip can sort of help foster these other Latin American countries, Mexico, Ecuador, to join our fight against the cartels?
Mexico is going through a very leftist time in its policy and politics. It's going to be an uphill battle. The things that are going on with the Maduro regime have been going on for years. The first time El Chapo was arrested in the 90s was coming back from a meeting with some of the generals that run the Cartel de los Soles, which is very much at the center of some of these allegations that the United States is launching at Maduro. It's an uphill battle.
It's an uphill battle, Ed, but you point out rightfully that back in 2020, the first Trump administration indicted Maduro as the leader of the Cartel del Soles because of narco-terrorism and because of the cocaine trafficking. Do you see what we're seeing in this show of force, this strength off the international waters of Venezuela will in some way convince Maduro that it is time for him to give up his reign on that cartel and stop sending the deadly drugs.
Yeah, man, the evil Maduro. Yeah, that guy.
Into our country.
Donald Trump, usted tiene que cuidarse porque Marco Rubio quiere manchar sus manos de sangre, con sangre suramericana, caribeña, con sangre venezolana. Lo quieren llevar a un baño de sangre y que su apellido, Trump, se manche de sangre por los siglos de los siglos. Si Venezuela fuera agredida, pasaría inmediatamente al periodo de lucha armada en defensa del territorio nacional y de la historia.
4 million militia members. Really? Please. That's code for starving civilians with rusty rifles. This man mobilized grandpas and teenagers to face off against Navy destroyers. It's laughable. And let's not forget, Trump's DOJ literally indicted him as the head of the narco-terrorist cartel. He knows his time is up. And so this whole militia stunt is just pure desperation. Democrats love to cozy up to regimes like this. But under Trump, Maduro's been exposed as nothing more than a cartel puppet hiding behind old men in flip-flops. And all while Maduro was cosplaying as Fidel Castro, the actual numbers on the ground told a brutal truth. Cartels were collapsing.
And movement is down. Obviously, some of these cartel forces and people that are moving things on that ocean are stopped.
I mean, what do you expect, man? Not trying to go out there and deal with no Navy destroyers, man. Cruise missiles and Seahawk helicopters. That's not Coast Guard. What's going on?
Large seizures of the kind that we haven't seen ever in Mexico. And yeah, fear on the part of the Maduro regime mobilizing 80-year-old people to basically take up arms and in defense of his kind of indefensible regime.
Yeah, and you know, you see the numbers are just night and day from this year to last year at the border. In fact, the interim Border Patrol Sector Chief Walter Soslar of El Paso saying that they've cost the cartels some $1 billion. I don't know exactly if that can continue, but ultimately the Trump administration has taken the fight to these cartels, and they are making all of Latin America on notice that they better join in the fight because this is a fight they intend to win. How do you, I'll give you the last 20 seconds, how do you see this fight going? Can the Trump administration crack down and stop it all?
We've just seen the election of now judges in Mexico that just took power yesterday, which is a step backwards. There are clear signs that this is shifting. Cartels are being dissolved. Sinaloa cartel is basically extinct now. There's just elements of it remaining, and coyotes at the border are struggling to remain in business. Things are changing and moving towards significant changes with this administration.
Well, the Trump administration certainly
moving towards significant changes with this administration. Keep listening.
cracking dead. Ed Calderon, thank you for your insight. We're going to continue to watch that coast of Venezuela to see what developed.
Cartel movement down. Coyotes broke. Some cartels are completely extinct. Entire criminal empires that ran for decades are suddenly gone. That's what happens when you treat cartels like the enemy instead of a campaign donor. Meanwhile, today, well, the coyotes.
But they are campaign. We are campaign donors. Continue.
They want back in business. And the fentanyl, well, we know Democrats want those pouring back into our borders. They want open borders so they can do photo ops. Under Trump, these criminals are now fighting for survival. Under Biden previously, they were cashing checks and expanding operations. I think it's night and day. And here's the part the media never connects. This fight was never just about drugs. The real reason
No, it's not.
this region matters, I think it's going to blow your mind.
If I talk to my number two,
Listen very closely. What's really going on?
adversary in the region, Russia. I mean, I've got, of course, the countries, Cuba, Venezuela, and Nicaragua with Russia relationships. But why this region matters, with all of its rich resources and rare earth elements. You've got the lithium triangle, which is needed for technology today. 60%.
Rare earth elements, lithium triangle. This is the lithium triangle, rare earth elements. It's about resources. It's about their God, gold, oil, and fucking drugs. I think the drugs is going somewhere. Keep listening.
Percent of the world's lithium is in the lithium triangle: Argentina, Bolivia, Chile.
60% of the lithium in the world between Venezuela, Bolivia, Chile, 3 dark-skinned countries. Now, they got the United States Navy there. Mark my words, there's going to be some kind of incident with because they already said Venezuela's done organized the 2 million man militia. It's going to be some kind of incident. America going to have to go in and they're going to need to do some kind of regime change in Venezuela. They tried to do it in the first Trump administration. They tried to do a Bay of Pigs and it didn't work out. But watch, let's continue to listen. It's not about the drug cartels. That, like I said earlier, that's been going on for years. They've been knowing the routes, been knowing the nations. They know what governments are in cahoots with the cartels. Their intel on all of that is solid. It's nothing that the CIA don't know about what's going on with the drugs in any of those regions. It's about these mineral resources. Same thing that took them into Iraq. Same thing that took them into Afghanistan. Same reason why they want to get into Iran. Oil, resources.
Just have the largest oil reserves, light sweet crude, discovered off of Guyana over a year ago.
Oil! Off the coast of Guyana. That's in South America, too. That's right next. Let's continue.
You have Venezuela's resources as well with oil.
America gets most of its oil from Venezuela, if I'm not mistaken. Let's continue.
Copper, gold. We have the Amazon, lungs of the world. We have 31% of the world's fresh water in this region, too.
31% of the world's fresh freaking water in this same region. Because you know what? You got a lot of the native people still living like their ancestors lived hundreds of years ago. They're not destroying the ecosystem in the land. They're trying to preserve the Amazon and not chop it all down. Y'all devils want to chop it all down. Y'all really want to chop it all down. The lungs of the earth. If it was up to y'all, y'all would chop it all down. Poisoning the air, the water, the food, GMO in the food. Earth was given to the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who and where is he? Who run things? Who runs this earth? The scripture is clear. It says the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. Who has the earth in their hands? These devils.
I mean, it's just off the charts. We have a lot to do. This region matters. It has a lot to do with national security.
All of a sudden, we got a lot to do. It has a lot to do with national security. Hasn't had nothing to do with national security. None at no other time. Have you heard of this region, this area, having an issue or anything to do with national security? I killed Shay a long time ago. Bolivia, most of those South American countries, if it's any government that ain't cooperating with the United States, the CIA has sent in some trained ops from their University of the Americas down in Texas, kick out whatever government don't want to listen or don't want to go along with American policy or American interests.
And we need to step up.
And next thing you know, it's a whole nother government there that's willing to cooperate. Listen to it. We need to step up. Look, these people, the devil the Bible speak of, yo.
Up our game.
Have you guys ever seen?
Did you hear that? Did you hear everything? Did you hear everything she said? Should I play it again? Nope, because you can just rewind it and play it and listen to it again yourself. But did you hear what she was saying? It ain't about the look. I was wondering, why would the United States Navy be off the coast of Venezuela? Since when? You know, the Coast Guard patrols the coast of the United States coast. They protect the United States, coastal waters and all of that. And they patrol all of that, and they pretty well armed and all that. But they, like the lady said, they've been being told to just kick back and take reports. They ain't been stopping no drug boats and none of that. They ain't been harassing nothing. That's what they're supposed to be there for. Not to mention you got other law enforcement agencies that probably not there doing their job. All of a sudden, the U.S. Navy destroyers, nuclear subs, Tomahawk fucking helicopter. Hey, man, it's more going on than meets the eye, like I said earlier. It ain't about just a dope man. I don't think about just dope. Meanwhile,
the president of Mexico is furious. She's calling Mexicans.
she is furious. Hey, y'all, man, take a listen. This is what's going on in Mexico. Now, y'all heard all this stuff about Venezuela. They sinking drug boats, but turns out there's lithium down there. Venezuela got oil. Guyana got oil. Bolivia got lithium. Chile got lithium. Oh, it's minerals there. Oh, man, I can't believe we ain't been looking at it, man. It's been you finna mess around and see the same stuff that went on in Iraq and Libya and all of that, all those oil-rich areas. You finna start mess around and see the same thing going on in South America, bro.
Senator Lily Tellez, a traitor, for coming on Fox Noticias with me a few days ago and saying this. Listen.
The help from the United States to fight the cartels in Mexico is absolutely welcome, and that is how the majority of Mexicans feel. The only ones who don't like that President Trump is sending help and trying to support Mexicans against the cartels are the narco politicians. That includes President Sheinbaum.
Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum responding, saying, quote, "It's not a minor issue that a senator gave an interview to a foreign media outlet calling for intervention." Here to discuss is that Mexican Senator Lily Tellez. Senator Tellez, welcome to Fox Noticias. I'm just going to get right to it. Is Mexico a narco state?
Yes, it is. And we all Mexicans know about it. And Mexicans are afraid of the alliance between the Mexican government and the cartels that have infested our nation.
Can you explain this alliance between the president?
Real talk. You can't just find people, families and all that, their kids and all that without somebody in the government helping you. There's got to be a partnership in order to implement the fear, to force the people to go along. The thing about it is we can play all the games we want. These cartels are, so you got people that's not going to just give all this up without some kind of fight.
Her party, the Morena party, and the cartels?
Yes, the party has financed, has given, the cartels have given so much money to these politicians, narco politicians of Morena, to get into office, to get the power. So they protect. The Mexican government protects the cartels. That is why President Sheinbaum doesn't want the strong American leadership to help Mexico defeat the cartels. And also Sheinbaum doesn't want the rest of the world to know what is happening here in Mexico. We are on the steps to be the next Venezuela. She is aligned with Venezuela's dictator, with Cuba, and we are losing our country. They have destroyed our Republican institutions, the democratic state, and we must, I think we all Mexicans want and welcome.
You can't have that much drugs moving through a country without the money being tied up into the government and the banks and all that. Same thing in the United States. You can't have all this dope moving around without it being somehow making its way, and those dollars is going to make its way into your economic system some kind of way. It can't just get taken out. It'll cause some kind of a deficit. It'll be noticed. You understand? But like the countries, like, I mean, because America got cartels too. They just not completely out of control like the ones in Mexico. No doubt in my mind. And they're in the bed with the government and all that, and they do so much. And the money is going to go, it's going to be kickbacks, man. It's going to be something like that, man.
The support of the United States to assist Mexican people against the cartels that have us all in this crisis with the traffic in fentanyl and migrants.
So her response to this, and I know this because her spokesperson came on our show in response to your interview, and they say, well, we just turned over 26 cartel members. We're working, we're sharing intelligence. What are they not doing? And why is she so resistant? She sort of speaks out of two sides of her mouth. We're working with you, Trump, and then she's chastising you for saying we need more help from the United States to crush the cartels.
Because she really doesn't want the help of the United States. She is lying to Mexican people, telling Mexican people that the United States will get in control of the whole country.
Right.
I never listened such nonsense from President Trump. What we have listened is that President Trump wants to help Mexican people against the cartels. Mexican people are suffering. So what they do is very, very little. We have huge narco politicians here in the Senate, in the presidents, governors. Mexico is a very dangerous place.
Well, that brings me to my next question, because you are speaking very bluntly, very clearly about Mexico being a narco state and the alliance and the connections to the president of Mexico. Are you afraid for your life?
Yes, I am afraid. And the president has threatened me to proceed against me with criminal prosecution, to get me out of the Senate and get me in jail, just because I told you in this space and Fox News what is the reality of our country with the cartels. The cartels are dominating everything here in Mexico. They are in all the offices of the government, in the states, in the cities, and in the national government. So, of course, I am afraid, but I want people to know I will not step back. And I pray under God's guidance that we, the United States and Mexico, must work together to defeat the cartels and to get freedom for our country, for Mexico, to stop it from being the next Venezuela.
Senator Lily Reyes, a very brave woman indeed. Thank you so much for coming on our show and speaking the truth.
Thank you, Rachel. Thank you.
You got it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
It's like that, man. All of a sudden, you got conversations about really going after the cartels in Mexico. You got a Mexican senator stepping forward saying, yes, we need the United States help. Mexico is a narco state. He said it straight up like that. This is crazy. This is unprecedented. I understand, and I mean, I'm all for the whole. I get that, but same. Oh man, all those minerals, man. We can't act like we didn't hear that. I can't act like I didn't hear. Not with America's track record when it comes to smaller, weaker, darker nations having minerals. 60% of the world's lithium between Venezuela, Chile, and Bolivia, that's a big deal. You can't have technology without lithium. Period. And you heard what the lady said in the military. She's worried about these countries' relationships with Russia. We don't go in there and do some regime change right now, they can end up having access to all this lithium. Not to mention the gold, not to mention the oil, not to mention the, what'd she say, 31% of the world's fresh water? Oh, America done messed their water up bad. Just think about these devils. They real good at messing up their stuff, then going and taking somebody else. That's just keeping it 400. This is crazy to me, man. I ain't no fool. All of a sudden, it's a turn up on the war on drugs. You got the United States Navy going after drug cartel boats. Navy destroyers, nuclear submarines, Tomahawk, Seahawk helicopters. Nah, man, it's more than meets the eye with this. Right, look at that. It's about resources. Resources. We ain't going in there. We going in there for that oil. You remember the Dave Chappelle skit? He's talking about Iraq. Same thing with Libya. They went into Afghanistan behind the poppy fields. But all that war, what was that, 20 years? They would not let nothing happen to the poppy fields. The United States military wouldn't let nothing happen to the poppy. Why y'all didn't burn it all if y'all so anti-drug? Because y'all been locking brothers up for marijuana for decades. Football numbers in some cases. And weed. It is. You need poppy to make heroin, one of the most addictive and most dangerous, deadliest drugs ever produced. When the United States military protected the poppy fields, the Taliban wanted to destroy them. No, don't touch it. Well, they actually the Taliban uses the poppy to finance themselves. Man, you don't get the hell out the hood with that weak shit. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. If anybody do believe that, it's really something wrong with them. I ain't gonna use no words, but y'all know what I mean. Hell no, man, get out the hood with that weak shit, man. Hey, but I'm just a messenger. I'm just reporting the information that came to me, so I'm giving it to you. I found it strange, maybe it's strange too. When I first heard the story, it sounded too good to be true. You're sinking drug boats with billions of dollars worth of dope, confiscating. And now here it is. If y'all sunk the ship and y'all know how much dope is on it, how do y'all know how much dope is on it if y'all sunk it? Did the dope go down with the ship? Because if the dope ended up on the Navy destroyers, it's still gonna end up in the United States, man. Quit playing. We seen American Gangster. Them soldiers are human beings. You gotta get the fuck out the hood with that weak shit, man. I don't trust you devils no further than I can throw you. Never trust thy enemy, but like iron is sure to rust, so is his wickedness. Can't trust him. Can't trust you. I know you're capable of some wicked. Hey, I've been a victim of your wickedness. I'm a survivor of your wickedness. So yeah, I'm gonna just call a duck because it's a goddamn duck. Anyway, thanks for tuning in with your boy Bam Belly Young, one of Watts' three sons, man. Representing the East Side all because the East Side is ours. Giving all praises to the Most High God for putting the air in our lungs, words in our mouth. Bringing y'all this information, man. Just say, take it and do what you got to do with it. Chop it up, man, and get in that comment the comment area. You want to do some following, man. Subscribe, tell your peoples, tell your family, tell your homies. I stay on here trying to make sure my people know what's going on. In case you don't, well, we'll go over it just in case, you know. I might hit some points that you don't know about. But yeah, now just got to try to do my part to make sure the information gets, transferred to the folks that need to hear it, man. This is crazy. Do more research into it. Find out what's going on with your government. Get involved in doing the hell your Roman legions is out doing. So if Hannibal and them show up on the elephants, you won't be surprised or shocked. You'll know why they coming and attacking. Because I see something coming, man. Whenever it's that kind of resources or minerals, the way that military, that woman in the military was speaking, man. I see some treachery coming down. Hey, man, love y'all to death, love y'all to life, man. Because we live in the dying, we die and live again. 360 degrees, comprehend. Whether we here in the kingdom, we gonna all see each other again. All of us, man. Shouts out to my big brother Daoud in the house. My boy Kenny B is in the house. And my boy Big U. Mompton Big U out of the Nellas is in the house, man. Love every one of y'all brothers, man, tuning in. But yeah, man, hey, like I said, research it. Look into it yourself. See what's going on, man. Until next time, you know what I'm saying? Until the next time we get together to talk about what's going on, I need all of y'all to stay strong. Keep breathing. If you breathe, you got an opportunity to get it right. I need you to try to get it right. Your boy Bam Belly on Jerome Major for Just Us, because there is no just us for just us. Giving all praise to the Most High God, man. Blessings to you and your family, man. Keep breathing, man. Let's get out here and try to help these babies. Love y'all to death, love y'all to life. Peace.